Welcome back, Nicholas' Comic Corner, Classics / Non-Classics. This is episode number 813, Doubleshot number 713. Like I said in the last episode, we have a Star Wars trade and a Vertigo trade. First up, it is The Star Wars. Yep, this trade collects the entire 8-issue limited series. Yeah, this was 8 issues. And from what I can tell from researching of this is based upon one of the original drafts, not the original draft Dark Horse tends to say it is, but it's based upon the second draft of Star Wars. Yeah, there is a lot of differences between the original film and this one. Like, Vader was two completely different characters. Luke was actually the name of the Obi-Wan Kenobi stand-in, and Anakin was the name of the little kid. And of course, there's the character named Leia, who was a princess. Aside from the fact being a princess, there's nothing much different from her. Oh yeah, there's also Jedi Bondi. Also, there is no Chewbacca in this whole entire series. Yeah, Chewbacca is not here. Han Solo kind of fills in the role for Chewbacca being the strong man, and his Millennium Falcon, believe it or not, is Tentive 4. I'm not kidding, it's that spaceship. I'm like, seriously? This is the Millennium Falcon? Yeah, when I saw him, I'm like, okay. I know the ship does appear in the very first Star Wars film as the ship Princess Leia was on when she was captured. But here it's Han Solo's ship, and it gets destroyed. Yes, it gets destroyed. And the Death Star looks completely different. Yeah. By the way, this space station shows up at the end of issue 2. Yeah. If you're curious, though, what the heck does this space station look like? Well, the Death Star version of this, it looks like this. Yeah, that's the Death Star. Yep, that is the actual Death Star. Yep. And I saw that in here, that the TIE Fighters look completely different than how they depicted. We also have C-3PO in here, which he pretty much acts the same, but he has a look from the film Metropolis. Yeah, I have never seen the film, but I've heard it's considered one of the greatest sci-fi films ever made. And there's been many different versions, many different editions of the film. There's even the complete edition, which is technically not true. Yeah, and get this. Oh yeah, here is Han Solo. Yeah, this alien, that's Han Solo. Oh, you mean the character played by Harrison Ford? No, this is a completely different character than that character. But yeah, this is Han Solo. Yeah, and apparently Luke is also partially a robot. And some of his designs for him, they must have gave that to Darth Vader. Yeah, they must have. Means here's what the Stormtroopers look like. Yeah, the Stormtroopers, wow, it's like the design for them, really, they just recycled for the Clone Troopers. Yeah, I'm not kidding about that. Also, for some reason, these particular Stormtroopers have got lightsabers. That's not a joke, they seriously do. They have lightsabers. Oh yeah, if you're curious though, what the heck does Vader look like in here? Yeah, this guy here, that's Darth Vader. I'm not kidding, that really is him. They even have a version of Tarkin in here, which is, okay, that's quite interesting. Yeah, Tarkin. Yep. It's like, when you read this, like, wow. Man, these characters look so familiar. Yeah, and these creatures, these ships here, these apparently are the original versions what the X-Wings gonna look like. Yeah, this was a design they had for the X-Wings. No joke, that's what they have for these X-Wings. And some of Vader's mannerisms, heck, even wears the helmet that he's known for wearing in the regular continuity. Oh yeah, and this guy here, yeah, this little right here, that's supposed to be R2-D2. I'm like, man, he looks exactly the same design-wise, but different colors. Plus, he speaks basic, something he doesn't do in the regular films, which that is indeed true. He speaks basically droid language. Yep. Oh yeah, and here's Stormtroopers with lightsabers. Yep, Stormtroopers with lightsabers. Yeah, this whole thing about the Empire. There's no mention of the Republic in here, but yeah, early draft, so yeah, there's that. Yeah, the people of Dark Horse must have found this thing sitting at George Lucas's ranch. Yeah, they must have found it at his ranch, like, hey, can we turn this to a miniseries? And we're like, sure, go right ahead. Yeah, I'm trying to find, there's a particular panel in here. I saw this on Lakara's review, where the original design of the Star Destroyers. Yeah. Oh, look, here it is. Here's Tensa 4. Yep, the same spaceship Princess Leia was transporting the Death Star plans in the actual finished film. Yeah, it's the same exact spaceship. That's the only thing that doesn't really change very much. Though, in the case of this Anakin character, he wears Luke Skywalker's outfit he would actually wear in... From what I remember, I think he wore this outfit in New Hope and in Empire Strikes Back. He wears this particular outfit. Yep. And of course, you have some design of TIE fighters. Yeah, not the main design, but a designer for them. Maybe I jump a little too ahead here. Yeah. But this is a fantastic little mini-series. And this could have been the actual finished film. You're like, wow, this could have been it. And it is just so good. Oh, look, it's an A-Wing. Yeah, that's an A-Wing. I know because I've seen him in the actual films. Yep. But yeah, this is a fantastic little miniseries, like I said. And I'm going to give it a really good rating. I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's really, really good. This is written by J.W. Renzo and the artwork's by Matthew Mayhew. Yep. Mayhew. This book is really good, like I said. 9.5 out of 10. It's awesome. Next up is something from Neil Gaiman. This is Neil Gaiman, The Sandman, Volume 2, The Doll's House. Excuse me. This collects issues 9 through 16 of Sandman Volume 2. Why am I not reading Volume 1? Library didn't have it. Yeah, the thing with the Sandman series written by Neil Gaiman, this is an anthology book. It doesn't... Morpheus is in pretty much most of the issues, but he's not the general focus of the story. He's focused on other characters. And I decided to do reviews of this because Neil Gaiman is basically expanding upon the universe that he kind of started back in like the late 90s, or pretty much in the late 80s to mid 90s with the original Sandman series. Yeah, he's expanding upon it by having different writers do it, like stuff like The Dreaming, House of Whispers, Books of Magic, and there's even a series called, I'm trying to think what was the name of it. It was, oh yeah, Sandman Universe #1. Now, in this particular series, there's a few different characters here. One is the successor to the Jack Kirby version of Sandman. I think his name is Garrett Sands. Yeah, he's one of the Sandmen. Yeah, he was succeeded by Hector Hall, who was originally the Scarlet Scarab. Then he was one of the people who was the Dr. Fate. He's the son of Carter Hall and Shira Hall, Hawkman and Hawkgirl respectively. His wife is Liera. Yeah, those of you curious though when these two got married, I believe was during, I think it was the second annual. Yeah, it was one of the issues of Infinity Inc. It was a great issue, by the way. Yeah, and she later got pregnant by him, and apparently she's been still pregnant now for 2 years. And what she says in here, when she first arrived in the dream world, she was 6 months pregnant, and she's still pregnant. She really wants this child. And of course, at some point in here, Morpheus decided to kill Hector Hall for some random reason. Yeah, he says, oh yeah, this is nothing. And he says, I want your child. Yeah, it's really weird. And there's also another story involving a character named Rose Walker. No, it's not a character related to the Graham. It's a completely different character. Where she apparently says she's the Dream Vortex. And it turns out she's not originally, and later on it's revealed that Morpheus wants to kill her because she's the Dream Vortex. And when I say Morpheus, I do not mean Ray Fisher's character, Ray Fishburne's character from The Matrix. This predates his character by at least, I'd say, about 10 years. Yes, this character predates this character by 10 years. So yeah, I'm talking about the original Morpheus. From the Sandman series, Morpheus. One created by Neil Gaiman. Heck, even his smoking hot sister, Lady Death, pops up in this trade. Yeah, she does. And I'm going to show off in here what he looks like in here. Yeah, there's a couple panels in here, a couple pages. We have to turn them on its side. Let's see if I can find him here. Here he is. This is Morpheus, aka the Sandman. He's actually the main character for this series for the first 70 issues, and then for the closing 5 issues, he gets replaced by, as Sandman, the Master of Dreams, by Hector and Lyra Hall's son, Daniel Hall, who's also the grandson of, like I said, Carter Hall and Shira Hall, Hawkman and Hawker, respectively. Yep. Though originally in the original pre-Crisis continuity, Lyra was actually the daughter of the Earth 2 Wonder Woman. As far as I know, despite the fact they did restore her to existence, they never restored her connection to her. So Lyra is just the son of a woman named who also did have a name Fury. I gotta say, this was actually, and also I forgot that mention though. Turns out the actual person supposed to be host of the Dream Vortex was not supposed to be Rose Walker. No, the original person supposed to be doing it was actually her grandmother, who was imprisoned by Morpheus himself for some reason. So she takes out her heart and gives it to her grandmother, and she lives out her life normally. My guess is probably the key to the Dream Vortex, anyways. Yeah, she gets out of the dream, and yeah, that's how the thing ends. Oh yeah, there's also a thing that will show her like how she one of her past meetings with Morpheus, where she saved him from a rapist. Where he saved her from being raped. Yeah, she was about to be raped by an overweight guy, and he saves her. And even though she did summon him, he was actually there for other business, but he's very happy to help her. Though it kind of contradicts how he's written later on, but this is really good. I know Neil Gaiman basically got a lot of praise for this series, and the praise for this series is well deserved. Neil Gaiman has earned the praise for this particular series, and a lot of other books written over the years. But this is considered by far one of his most definitive books of his entire career. One thing I've got to notice, though, about the Sandman, I'm not sure this is by choice by the artist. Why in the world does the Sandman, why does Morpheus have the same hairstyle as Neil Gaiman? I'm not kidding, Neil Gaiman's got the same exact hairstyle, and Morpheus looks almost exactly like him. I don't know if this is done on purpose. I know Neil Gaiman was not an artist, but he must have told the artist, hey, can you base my character on me, but paint him chalk white? Yeah, if you look at him and compare him to Neil Gaiman himself, which, by the way, here's a picture of Neil Gaiman on the back of the book, which, yeah, this is one of the very few trades I've seen with a picture of the Raider on the back of the book. And those of you curious, so how many trades are there for the library of the Sandman trades? There's at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... There's about 12 trades overall. I do own one Sandman trade. I'll probably review it in the future, but yeah. Really good. I'm going to give this book a 10 out of 10. It's really, really good. This book not being a classic, but despite the fact not being like an old classic book, but it's really good. And it's a very good story. And I've heard rumblings for the past few years that at first the plans were to adapt the series as a movie with Jason Gordon-Levitt. I believe he was going to write he wrote the script, he was going to play the character, and he was going to be in talks to direct the film as well, which is not a bad idea for him to do. After all, he did receive a credit for The Dawn, which is basically a story he wrote. I would not have been surprised. I don't think Jason Gordon-Levitt has actually directed a film before, but this would have been technically the first comic book-based character he's ever played. I do not count his character from Dark Knight Rises, because that was a character who just had the same name as Robin from the comics. Yeah, his first name is Robin, but he has nothing to do with Dick Grayson at all. Nothing to do with him. So technically, this would have been the first character he ever played from the comics. And the guy is a damn good actor. I could definitely see him as Morpheus. And he does fit Morpheus. Morpheus is a very skinny guy. But I wouldn't mind if he put a little bit of muscle, but not like bulky like if he's Batman or something like that. But I personally wouldn't mind it. But if you're going to adapt this particular series as well, I'm of the opinion that, like the way they did with Wild Last Man, which has been confirmed to be a TV series, yeah, this series should be a actual live action TV series, kind of similar to the Twilight Zone. Yep, I definitely think it would work, and I would say the best channel to host this particular series would probably be A&E, the same channel that has The Walking Dead. And it would be perfect. Yeah, you can basically adapt each like, I don't know, you could probably adapt each season based upon one of these traits. It's just a distinct possibility. You can have a limited number of episodes, and you can definitely do it. I have heard also that Jason Glover did lead the project of being the Sandman, and this I thought was really weird for Warner Bros. To do. They transferred the project from them to New Line Cinema. Okay, I get the fact that they're the ones who made the Nightmare on Elm Street films, but Warner Bros. Has made horror. I'm sure they made horror before. It probably would also make sense if you hand this off to Universal, a studio that's had a great history making horror films, but Warner Brothers apparently didn't want to care to do anything with Sandman at all. Yeah, they moved this over there because it's a Vertigo property, and they want all the Vertigo properties to go straight to New Line Cinema. No idea why. As far as I know, that was one of the last two things I heard about the other course teacher leaving the role. Yeah, but I personally would love it if this was adapted to a series. There was this one particular Supernatural channel that would work definitely. I would definitely say the Sci-Fi channel would be perfect as well, though they have a reputation of ruining their own best series. Yeah, though their budget, though they do have the budget, they do have like money to make a series like this. I know they have done horror before. Let's see. AMC is also a good place for this particular series because AMC is known for hosting in the past having these horror movie marathons. So why not an original horror-based series? I mean, yes, they have the walk. Actually, AMC's got the Walking, not A&E. Yeah, AMC would be perfect. They have The Walking Dead. Why not Sandman? After all, they do have another Vertigo-based comic on their channel right now. They have Preacher. So why not Sandman? This would be perfect for them. I mean, you can actually limit the season to a pretty short amount of episodes. I mean, yeah, it's a 75 issue comic book. You could also have some spin-off stuff. This could be a long-running series right here. This is a potential for it, but it has to be up to AMC to make it. Yeah, but that's really it for what I gotta say about this particular review. That's what my next review is gonna be. Probably gonna be tomorrow, and it's gonna be 2 more Sandman trades. Yeah, you'll find out what they are in the next review. Okay, but do see you there. Bye.